Two turns Billy into bait as Hegarty pulls all the strings. Both Billy and June have taken more than they can handle. The Suffolk murder inquiry quickly grew into something much larger and more serious. The second episode of Criminal Record Season 2 delves into a plot so intense that Hegarty and June's tense alliance not only solidifies but also grows. Billy was obviously aware of Hegarty's identity and their past. It begs the question of whether Hegarty had intended to use Billy as a tool to apprehend Cosmo all along. It was obvious that Cosmo was his next target when we saw him incarcerated with his pal. The man is an alt-right fan with a large fan base and extra cash, which isn't a good combo. He appears to be on a watch list as well, making him a serious threat. Billy was promptly selected by Hegarty as an asset, indicating that he had this planned all along. It's not a spontaneous concept. But in order to be legitimate, it needed some support. That's where Hegarty performs his best work, which is to outsmart and manipulate that he took command of the situation right away and effectively led others. June was kept away from Billy throughout the transport chat by driving JP and assigning her to hospital duty. For a while, Hegarty was in there by himself with Billy, probably presenting his argument and guiding the young man through his task and what to say. Hegarty didn't summon June in to testify about Billy disclosing details about Cosmo and his plans, which included potential bombs, until much later. What a puppet master Hegarty is. He manipulates others to acquire what he wants. The hardest part is that you can't do much since he's so skilled, even when it's evident. Hegarty does a good job of covering his tracks. He creates the appearance of sharing authority and acting transparently. He planned the whole thing so that Billy would go undercover with Cosmo's gang instead of returning to prison. It was sound on paper, too. There are absolutely no leads in June's inquiry. The individual who stabbed Rohan was not seen by any eyewitnesses. That matter is still unresolved. Billy probably knows or can determine who killed Rohan because of his affiliation with Cosmo and the alt-right gang there at the time. By sending Billy undercover, Hegarty can stop a potential terrorist strike and offer June a chance to solve the case she is responsible for. Everyone is victorious. However, when there is so much mistrust, secrecy, and obvious manipulation involved, it never truly feels like a victory. That is not something I anticipate happening very soon. It's obvious that Hegarty and probably Kim are acting unethically. However, June's presence lends them some credibility and favor with the AC. Having June to support him provides him a little more leeway because of her notoriety and her past relationship with Hegarty. Seeing how he deals with June is also fascinating. He seems to respect her in a subtle way. She frequently sees right.